Could you talk a little bit about your take on the spike in demand in terms of what's driving it, whether you think it's a long-term phenomenon that we're looking at, um, how you see it playing out in terms of things like data centers, et cetera?
We are absolutely experiencing an increase in demand for transmission and for generation. And I don't view it as a spike. I view it as a longer term trend, a longer term increase that will be going for a while yet. And that's driven by a number of different things. For the past few years, it's been highly driven by an evolution in the resource portfolio, the generation side, the whole drive to kind of transform generation by integrating more renewable type resources, a focus on clean energy, changes in your makeup of fossil fuel, and just really a change in that whole portfolio. When you change things on the generation side, that drives a change on the transmission side because the inputs and outputs to the grid make a difference in how power flows on the grid. So you start changing inputs, meaning where power plants are located, what types of machines they have, what types of fuel they have. It all changes how they operate. That changes what is needed for the transmission grid to be able to reliably and safely support that, so that your energy market and your other things can dispatch the right mix of power to meet the needs as cheaply and efficiently as possible. What we're seeing today is, in addition to those changes on the generation side, we're also seeing changes on the load side. And in particular, we are seeing increases in large, what we call point loads. So a data center is an example of that, a large new load that is not spread out. It's not like a general growth of residential community or something like that. It's one point on the grid that's taking power off at a very large size.
Are the data centers at some level a new addition to the infrastructure of the energy market?
Data centers, for one thing, are not new. You know, data centers are existing right now. They have been what has been powering the internet, all the different capabilities that have grown and grown. What we're seeing is an expansion in the utilization of data and the utilization of data centers in like every aspect of our society. It's becoming more and more fundamental to how our economy is working and growing, how people work, how people learn. Um, and there's advancements in that with respect to different technologies and the emergence of AI and just a whole plethora of things. And I think data centers are a manifestation of how we as a society are continuing to use and grow computing power as part of just our overall way of life.